Hello and welcome to another Big Orbit Games unboxing video. I'm Chris and today we'll be looking at the Planeswalker packs from Ixalan. This one is Huatli, the Dinosaur Knight, and as you can probably guess from the name, it is a dinosaur deck. So it should be pretty cool. We've got a 60 card deck in there. You get two Ixalan boosters, a little deck box, a strategy insert and the reference guide in the pack. So let's find out what it all looks like. And wow, it opened first time without me destroying it. I'm impressed with myself. So you get, try and get the Planeswalker out without destroying it. I actually did a fairly decent job for once. Corner is a little bent, but you know, what are you going to do? So we have Huatli Dinosaur Knight. She's a 6-mana Planeswalker, comes in with 4 loyalty. She has a +2 ability. She's put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target dinosaur you control. So at least you can plus her even if you don't control a dinosaur, just to get the extra loyalty points. You can -3 her, and target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. That's a pretty cool ability, so a one-sided fight for a -3, not bad. And then -7 is dinosaurs you control get +4/+4 until end of turn. If you want to finish off the game, then yeah, sure. Whether she's going to get to 7 loyalty is a different story, but yeah, she seems fairly solid, especially once we see what's actually in the deck. So everything comes nicely packaged in the little box, rather than having loads of random loose bits. And the box does look like it's big enough to hold a sleeve deck for once, which is always nice. So we've got our deck here with the reference guide, and you've got the little guide on how to play the deck. So before you play, shows you what you're doing. Common card mechanics as well. Double strike. It's actually one that quite a few people don't know what it does, of the newer players at least, so having an explanation there is useful. We've got flying and vigilance as well. So those are the mechanics that will be in the actual deck. So give you a bit of a heads up there. And then where to go next, so you've got your deck builders toolkit and playing in a Magic League and things like that. So some good information on that leaflet. You got your booster packs as well, which will open at the end. And for now, we'll get cracking with the deck, if I can even get into it. So you got your quick reference guide that folds out. I may as well actually fold it out. Folds out and gives you some useful information. How to do things, casting costs, all the different types of land, all the different types of card, and the anatomy of a turn is always useful. So knowing when you can do things and when you can't do things and when you can respond to things in your opponent's turn. So very useful for a new player. So straight off the top, we got some cool rares. Sunblessed Mount, 5-drop, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Huatli Dinosaur Knight, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library, shuffle it. So pretty good way of getting like recurring Huatli. So if she's already died, you can get her back. So these are the Planeswalker pack exclusive cards. So there are, well, there's normally 2 different kinds, at least there have been in the past. I think there are in this set as well. So Sunblessed Mount is pretty good, a little expensive for 4/4, but you know, you're searching or getting this back from the graveyard, so you can't go wrong. Next up, we've got a Goring Ceratops, 7-mana 3/3, which seems terrible, but it has double strike, and when it attacks, other creatures you control gain double strike as well. So it's only a 1-off in the deck. You probably only need 1. Pretty nice. You've got Burning Sun's Avatar, 6-mana 6/6, and when it enters the battlefield, deals 3 damage to target opponent, and 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. So you can trigger your own Enrage stuff. Enrage is a mechanic from the new set, which we'll probably see in a bit, and or you can just kill off one of your opponent's creatures. So pretty good. Kinjala's Caller, 1 white for 0/3 that makes your dinosaurs cost 1 less. Fairly good, I guess, in this deck. Huatli's Snubhorn, 2 mana 2/2 with Vigilance. Fairly straightforward, and there's 4 of those, so you got some decent 2-drops. Raptor Companion, 3/1, basically vanilla dinosaur, but it is a dinosaur, which is relevant. Ixalan Knight, 2 mana 2/2, and when it attacks, if you control the dinosaur, it becomes a 3/3. So 2 of those. Frenzied Raptor, 4/2 for 3, just vanilla. Territorial Hammerskull, 3 mana 2/3. Whenever it attacks, tap target creature an opponent controls. This can be pretty devastating. You're just taking your opponent's creatures out of combat, so it can be really good. Bonded Horncrest, 4 mana 5/5, good for the stats, but it can't attack or block alone. But you're playing a lot of 2-drops in this deck, so chances are you're going to have something else that it can attack or block with. Pterodon Knight has flying as long as you control a dinosaur, 3/3 for 4. Not bad, not amazing. Shining Aerosaur, 5 mana 3/4 flyer. And then we're on to the land base, and there should be a bit of stuff at the end as well. So, got some Stone Quarries, so tap, jewels. Really useful though, and then some basics. And then we've got the instants and sorceries afterwards. So Huatli's Spurring, so this is another Planeswalker pack exclusive. So 1 red to give a target creature +2/+0 until end of turn. If you control a Huatli Planeswalker, that creature gets +4/+0 until end of turn. So it can be really, really good, especially if you pair this with the -3 ability. So you give something +4/+0 and then make it one-sided fight your opponent's creature, just straight up gets rid of it. So this works quite well in the deck, I think. And there are 3 of those. You got Slash of Talons, some good early game removal. Lightning Strike, again, good early game removal, or if you need that extra bit of damage to the face, you've got the option. And Rallying Roar, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn and untap them. So for 3 mana, it's pretty good. You can completely blow out your opponent. If you swing in and they think, haha, I've got you now, and then you play Rallying Roar and untap all your creatures and block, and they're all bigger now because they got +1/+1, and your opponent is sad. So yep, the deck seems to work quite well, to be honest. You got some decent things. Like there's a lot of early game stuff. Like there's a lot of 2-drops, which I don't think is a bad thing. Like it does seem like it's quite a fast deck. You want to chip in some damage early, and then you finish him up with flyers. And you got a few combat tricks as well, which is quite useful. I think the Dinosaur Knight works well in the deck as well. But once you've played with this a few times, the idea is that you crack these packs and see if you can get anything to add to your deck and practice your deck building. So in the packs we have another Kinjala's Caller. Wouldn't necessarily put any more in the deck. Spiketail Ceratops. If you went green instead of red-white, then this could be a good one. Shorekeeper. Got Fire Cannon Blast. That's something that could potentially go in the deck because 3 mana to deal 3 damage to a creature, or if you've attacked, which chances are you will be attacking quite a lot in this deck, you'll just be dealing 6 to a creature, so you can get rid of their bigger stuff. Queen's Agent, Skyblade of the Legion, Storm Sculptor, Demolish. I suppose you could put that in the sideboard. You wouldn't want to play it in the main deck, but if they've got something that absolutely wrecks you, like artifact-wise, or even land-wise in some cases, you can just get rid of it. Ixalan's Keeper, got another Raptor Companion, Stormfleet Arsonist. You got a Duskborn Sky Marcher, Sentinel Token, and a Treasure Map. So the Treasure Map's quite nice. So 2 for an artifact, you can pay 1, tap it and scry 1, put a landmark counter on the map. Then if there are 3 or more landmark counters on it, remove those counters, transform the treasure map and create 3 colourless treasure tokens. And it becomes the Treasure Cove, where you can tap it to add colourless to your mana pool, or tap it and stack a treasure to draw a card. So it gives you extra card draw later in the game. Very nice card. Not necessarily going to go straight in this deck, but if you find there are things in there that aren't working too well, you can maybe put it in there and then use that for some card draw. You've got Mark of the Vampire, Slash of Talons, you could put some more removal in there if you wanted. Tishana's Wayfinder, Shaper Apprentice, Fire Shrine Keeper, Sky March Bloodletter, Blinding Fog, Sunrise Seeker. This is one that could, well, probably go into the deck because 5 mana 3/3 with Vigilance. But it explores as well. So Explore is one of the new mechanics where you reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land, so you're getting a land draw out of it. Or if it's a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and you get to decide whether that card stays on top of your library or gets put in the graveyard. So you're kind of fixing your next draw to some degree. Not quite as good as Scry in that sense, but you know, you're getting a +1/+1 counter out of it or a land. You can't complain. So I mean, this is one that could go in there. It's not a dinosaur, but it's still a solid creature. Spreading Rot, Cobbled Wings. This is something that could go in if you want to give your big dinosaurs a teeny tiny pair of wings to make them fly. Imperial Aerosaur. This is one that could certainly go in the deck. 4 mana 3/3 flyer, respectable stats. But when it enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 and it gains flying until end of turn. So some good combat tricks there. Then you've got Unclaimed Territory. This could definitely go in actually. You name Dinosaur when this enters, and then you can spend, like you can create a mana of any colour to cast dinosaur spells. So it's pretty cool. Slice in Twain and Repeating Barrage. I quite like this card. It's 3 mana to deal 3 damage, but if you attack with a creature, you can pay the raid cost and get this back from your graveyard and put it in your hand and then do it all over again. And so you're kind of just like reloading, and you know, it's a cool theme, and repeatedly doing 3 damage to face, well, that's just good. It's a little slow for 5 mana, but you know, you could put that in the deck and it would work. And Treasure Token. So all in all, like I said, quite a nice little deck. Definitely room to expand on it as well. I don't think the Raptor Companions are great, but as you acquire more cards, that's something you can definitely swap out. Things like Ranging Raptors, if you went into green, would be amazing. So it has Enrage and you can search for a land. You could maybe stick more top end in with another Burning Sun's Avatar. Again, if you went more down the green route, you've got access to like mythics like Carnage Tyrant. You've got Regisaur Alpha as well in green. So yeah, you can make this 3 color and it would still work. But no, I do like it, and like I said, room for improvement on it as well, which helps people with their deck building, helps them understand the game more and what cards are good and what cards are bad. So yeah, I think it's a good deck. So thank you for watching. Remember, you can buy and sell all the cards you've seen in the video today on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk, and I will see you in the next unboxing video. Thank you for watching. Bye.